This fossil piece, inside, there is a mosquito. It is a mosquito from ancient times, being closed into fossils inside. When alive, it was a brave mosquito, because of sucking blood from a dinosaur, then flying to a tree, and sticking to the sap. Gradually, the sap hardened. Over billions of years, it has turned into stone. To this day, it has been discovered by archaeologists. They used a small drill, chiseling a small hole on the fossil. They used the needle to stab the mosquito. In this way, the mosquito blood containing the dinosaur gene has been sucked out. After having the dinosaur gene, combined with DNA, through months of research, dinosaur eggs have been formed. Everyone is curious. When the egg hatches, what will come out? An animal breaks the eggshell. Everyone is happy, like they are the biological parents of the dinosaurs. They have found a new field to get rich. They want to form a Jurassic Park, unique in the world. For the safety of this area, they invited Dr. Alan and Ellie and Malcolm to check its safety, accompanied by a lawyer. A mathematician, Dr. Allen is a dinosaur lover. Every day he studied them, but never saw real dinosaurs. After coming to Jurassic Park, he was surprised by what he saw. Unexpectedly, in this lifetime, he could see a living dinosaur. This is a grass-eating dinosaur, mild personality, large body, named the Brachiosaurus. Also, the guide said its son was bigger and behind it. He said again, "Do you have a T-Rex?" Alan was so scared that he fainted. After a while, he woke up at the doctor's lab. There are many different types of dinosaur eggs scientists began to introduce. This is just a small Velociraptor. Alan heard it and got scared. Because Velociraptor has a violent nature, is fast, and improvises smartly. As a leading predator on the ground, if this species appears, it will take away the lives of many people. They then went to the area of the Velociraptors. Then they dropped in a mature cow. A cry resounded as it needed to be pulled up. Even the surrounding iron bars were bitten. Velociraptor is small, but the bite force is extremely scary. Although dinosaurs can make people a great profit, it is not known whether a blessing or a disaster. Although around the park there are full electric grids, Alan is still worried because humans and dinosaurs are far apart. Separated by up to 65 million years from these creatures, human understanding of them is very limited. But the scientists did not listen and tried to prove this area was safe. The park owner also brought his 2 grandchildren. Alan was responsible for leading the 2 of them. They visited Jurassic Park. The first stop was the Dilophosaurus, a very small meat-eating dinosaur. But strangely, they did not see the dinosaurs. No one knew where they went. They only went to the T-Rex area, but they still can't find any dinosaurs. They felt worried. The boss dropped a goat, wanting to lure the dinosaurs. As the iron cage gradually opened, they quickly stepped out of the car, eager to see everything. Suddenly, they heard the cry of a dinosaur. A Triceratops is seriously ill. It emitted a bitter cry. Ellie picked up the flashlight to check the dinosaur's eyes. Alan went forward. Indeed, a real dinosaur. They saw it and were very excited. He wished he could jump on his back. Ellie wanted to treat the dinosaur. After the test was completed, she concluded the Triceratops suffers from a disease that makes it lazy and unwilling to move much. This dinosaur only needs a partner. But suddenly there was a phone notification saying that there was a storm coming, telling people to leave quickly. Alan found the situation was not good and quickly drove away. Coincidentally, the park's power went out. Unable to open the gates, Alan's car stopped at the T-Rex area. The children were about to sleep. Everyone waited to be saved. He did not know that danger was quietly approaching, until the water in a cup began to ripple. Then the ground shook. Suddenly, a giant creature appeared. It just ate a goat. Everyone quickly screamed. Tyrannosaurus Rex easily destroyed the grid. In fear, the lawyer fled straight to the toilet. Immediately after that, the T-Rex came. Each step of that big body made the ground shook. It was really very scary. Tyrannosaurus Rex then reached their car. It looked straight into the boy's eyes. He was unable to say a word. Tyrannosaurus Rex began to smash into the car. It broke the sunroof, then overturned the car, preparing to dismantle the car completely. Right at this moment, Alan came out, holding a flare gun to attract the attention of Tyrannosaurus Rex. He fired it and ran to the toilet. The T-Rex immediately followed. It smashed the toilet. After that, Alan rescued Lex stuck under the car. She shouted in fear, "Don't move. If we don't move, it won't see us. Because the T-Rex's vision is based on movement. It will eat everything it sees alive." In the end, they escaped. Alan took her to hide in the forest. It turned out that the park's power failure was caused by a fat guy. Because he wanted to take advantage of it, mix a few dinosaur eggs, then sell them for money. He made a lot of money, but because of the weather, his car got stuck in the mud. Then it plunged into the ditch, unable to move anymore. He was about to get out of the car when a Dilophosaurus appeared behind him. Dilophosaurus is a very dangerous dinosaur. Despite its short physique, it has a strong bite force. It can also spit venom. The fat man was afraid for his life and quickly got back in the car. As soon as he turned his head, he was killed in the end. Al
Had to sleep on a tree for one night. Suddenly, a big dinosaur came, wanting to bite them. Alan quickly protected 2 children. This dinosaur looks like a giraffe. They only eat grass, not meat. When they returned to the park, for some reason, a group of dinosaurs gave chase. A T-Rex suddenly came out, starting to bite the dinosaurs on the ground. That power was really scary. Alan wanted to run away, but he discovered in front of him was a high-voltage grid. He cut the power line. This man is really clever. When the others had arrived, suddenly the grid alarm rang. The dinosaurs in the laboratory were about to escape. The park staff turned on 100,000 V current. Alan said to the boy, "Come down immediately," but the boy was so scared he froze. Suddenly, the boy was so scared that his eyes were bigger than the eyes of the dinosaur. Alan quickly gave artificial resuscitation. The boy woke up immediately. Having saved their lives from danger, Alan took 2 children to the cafeteria to look for weapons, leaving them behind. But he encountered a predator. He saw the silhouette of a Velociraptor. 2 children did not dare to breathe hard, quietly hiding in the kitchen. Do not underestimate the intelligence of the Velociraptor. Looking from the peephole on the door, it turned the doorknob with its hand. Not only that, it was really calling for its companions. Now a group of Velociraptors has come. 2 children were in the kitchen, starting a game of hide-and-seek. Suddenly, the boy accidentally dropped a pan to the ground. The Velociraptor located their position. Lex quickly attracted the dinosaur by making beating sounds. After that, she was completely discovered now. The dinosaur rushed forward. Fortunately, the vision of this dinosaur was not very good. After that, the 2 children found the opportunity and directly ran out. Alan and Ellie arrived. The girl went to the power supply room to turn off the power, but a Velociraptor had once again opened the door handle. Alan can only lock the door. At that moment, the girl finally turned off the power. After fixing the system's control room error, Alan also called for help. He sent emergency signals, asking them to send a plane to rescue. At this time, a Velociraptor rushed in. Many people escaped through the ceiling of the building. But dinosaurs are smarter than humans. At this dangerous time, Alan kicks the dinosaur backwards, saving the girl so they could continue to escape. They walked to the exhibition room. Now there was no escape. They were surrounded by 4 dinosaurs. The meat-eating dinosaurs gradually lowered their body. It was about to deliver this last blow. Suddenly, the T-Rex appeared, the true king. They take advantage of the chaos, directly escaping. Then they caught the relief helicopter, finally escaping this place. Since the Jurassic Park project failed, without human intervention, the dinosaurs on Isla Sorna reproduced freely and their population increased, full of vitality. Because John Hammond's project failed, the position of president of InGen was also taken over by his nephew Peter Ludlow. Ludlow wanted to save the company from bankruptcy, so he planned to catch dinosaurs on Isla Sorna to release them into the new Jurassic Park that the company was building in the city center. In this way, it would definitely attract a lot of tourists, and they could make a lot of money. Meanwhile, John Hammond became a conservationist, wanting to protect the dinosaurs on Isla Sorna from human intervention so that they can live naturally. So he hired a few people to go to the island to take photos of the dinosaur's life, then publish it to the public. Thus, he could use the power of the public to prevent his nephew Ludlow from catching dinosaurs to make money. He hired 4 people, a photographer, an equipment expert, and paleontologist Sarah. 3 people got off the boat to Isla Sorna. The boatman said that this is the island of death. Anyone who came close would not return. If everyone was still alive, they should use a satellite phone to call him. They then went to Isla Sorna, looking for Sarah's cabin. Sarah's phone has a navigation device, so they went straight to Sarah. During their search, they met a large stegosaurus group. The photographer and equipment expert were both scared. They realized meat-eating dinosaurs are in the center of the island. Outside the island are herbivores, so it would be safer outside. They finally found Sarah. Sarah was extremely excited and started chasing the stegosaurus to take photos. The photographer also started recording. Unexpectedly, Sarah touched and took a picture of the stegosaurus. Then a stegosaurus started attacking Sarah. The spikes on its tail almost stabbed Sarah. The equipment expert wanted to shoot the stegosaurus with a super-powered anesthetic dart, but they retreated after it attacked them. After all, they are grass-eating animals. Unexpectedly, when 4 people returned to the base, they saw that the base was burning. It turned out that the mathematician's daughter was cooking. It turned out that the little girl hid in the car to follow them. The mathematician immediately called the Thai boatman to pick them up. He wanted to bring his daughter home. He also wanted to take Sarah with him. But the satellite phone signal was very poor. They couldn't contact anyone. At this time, they saw many helicopters bringing many different vehicles and equipment to the island. This group of people had been sent by Ludlow to catch dinosaurs. They had just arrived on the island, starting to chase the dinosaurs. They chased the dinosaurs around the island. The hunting team leader commanded the group as they chased each dinosaur. A Pachycephalosaurus was surrounded by them. A Parasaurolophus was injected with anesthetic. Then a group came to catch it. The Parasaurolophus struggled, was still pulled to the ground. Sarah's group saw this and felt extremely sorry for it. The hunting team leader discovered the footprint of the T-Rex. He wanted to catch a T-Rex. That was his aspiration. After that, they followed the footprints to the lair of the T-Rex and saw a young T-Rex. So the hunter group caught the young one. Because of its struggles, they injured its legs. It shouted to attract the attention of its parents. The photographer said Hammond was angry and that if he met Ludlow, who took people to catch dinosaurs, he would secretly release the dinosaurs. So he took out pliers, sneaked in, opened the iron cage, and freed the dinosaurs inside. Ludlow was using satellite videos to show investors the dinosaurs they caught, while explaining the new Jurassic Park project in the city. Suddenly, a Triceratops charged. Everyone ran away. The Parasaurolophus and Pachycephalophosaurus also fled. An exploding fuel tank blew up a car against a tree, almost killing a hunter. The hunter ran back, and the photographer hugged the injured baby dinosaur. He and Sarah took the dinosaurs to the car to treat its legs. Meanwhile, the mathematician and his daughter were attacked by the T-Rex parents and learned how strong they were. He quickly took his daughter to a large iron cage made by the equipment expert. The iron cage hanging up is very safe. Hearing the cry of the T-Rex, he quickly called Sarah. But Sarah was busy treating the injury and did not answer the phone. The mathematician hurriedly lowered a rope to the ground to notify the two. The two were bandaging the wounds on the foot of the baby dinosaur, but the T-Rex's head also appeared outside the window. The 3 of them trembled with fear. Sarah took the baby dinosaur out to give it back to the T-Rex. After that, the T-Rex family returned to the deep forest. The 3 of them sighed with relief. The dinosaurs do not allow danger to exist around. 2 Pachycephalophosaurs pushed the car towards the cliff, pushing the car off the cliff. The 3 were hanging in the air, and Sarah couldn't cling to the car window. Unfortunately, the satellite phone crashed through the window. Fortunately, the mathematician grabbed Sarah's lucky backpack to help her. At this time, the equipment expert arrived. He tied the rope to the tree and threw it down. The 3 of them grabbed the rope and quickly climbed up. But now the car was moving slowly towards the cliff. The equipment expert hurriedly connected a steel cable to the car and then used the terrain vehicle to pull the car with all his strength. But unfortunately, the 2 T-Rexes ran over and immediately attacked the equipment. "Hey, you 2 flying devils become gods." Shortly thereafter, the car fell straight down. The 3 people were left hanging onto the rope. At this time, Ludlow's group caught up and pulled 3 people up. A controversy arose between the photographer and the deputy commander of the hunting team should they hunt dinosaurs or not. Sarah said that now the meat-eating dinosaurs already know that there are people invading. They will surely counterattack. They should be forced to leave.
But now their satellite phone was broken, and Ludlow's group was also fleeing from the dinosaurs. They couldn't call for trains or helicopters to pick them up. Ludlow said that on the island there's an old building. In the old building there's a communication device using geothermal energy and having electricity. But the old building is located in the center of the island and hard to reach to survive. Everyone headed towards the old building. It took a day to get there. The group marched in the rain, tired and exhausted. The hunting team leader told everyone to rest on the spot. The deputy commander went to the toilet and encountered a pack of Compsognathus. He risked it to scare them away, but the distance was too far and no one heard him. He was finally eaten by a meat dinosaur. The hunter group searched for him. They only found the remains of the deputy commander. At midnight, when they were sleeping, suddenly the sound of a T-Rex came. It turned out that Sarah's clothes had dinosaur blood on them. T-Rexes have super sensitive smell. Anyone who smells it is prey. Obviously, Sarah knew that the T-Rex had a sharp sense of smell, but still did not throw away the bloody clothes. Are you even a real expert? The T-Rex poked his head in through the tent. Sarah and the scared girl did not dare to move. At this time, someone woke up. After seeing the T-Rex, they shouted. Everyone immediately fled. The T-Rex chased behind. The hunter wanted to use a pistol to shoot the male T-Rex. Unexpectedly, the bullets in his gun were tranquilizer darts. Ludlow had changed them to prevent him from killing dinosaurs. The hunter shot a tranquilizer dart at the male T-Rex. The T-Rex was chasing after everyone. It stomped, killing Dieter Stark. A group of people ran into a small cave. The big head of the T-Rex cannot fit in. It can only lick with its tongue. Suddenly, a poisonous snake crawled into the clothes of the dinosaur expert, making him flee in fear. He was eaten by the T-Rex. Another group ran into the high lawn, entering the territory of Velociraptors. Velociraptors quietly rushed out to kill each person with a bite. Really scary. They had a gun in hand, but it had no effect. Shortly thereafter, the mathematician, Sarah, the photographer, and the girl rushed there. They were fortunate to escape the attack of the raptors. But the photographer had seen the old building. He went to the old building to find communication equipment first. He immediately called for a helicopter to rescue and reported the coordinates. At this time, the mathematicians group also came to the old building.
A velociraptor bit Sarah's lucky backpack. The mathematician banged on cars to attract the raptors. Sarah and the little girl ran into the room. Two raptors rammed strongly into the door, causing both of them to climb onto the roof. And the mathematician was playing hide and seek with another raptor near a tall cage. If caught, he will die. Finally, he ran into the house, quickly climbing the roof. But a raptor rushed to eat him. Sarah suddenly performed a gymnastics bar movement. The raptor slipped out and was pierced by a piece of wood through the body. The mathematician felt that his daughter's school should not have kicked her off the gymnastics team. And Sarah climbed to the roof. A raptor chased. Sarah smartly pulled out a tile, causing the raptor to slip down. As expected, the raptor fell down and then fought over prey with another raptor. The prey is Sarah? No. She quickly took the opportunity to flee. At this time, the helicopter came. They quickly ran towards the helicopter. In the end, all four of them got to the helicopter. After escaping death, they were still panicked. But they saw Ludlow and the hunters herding the T-Rex to a cage. Ludlow was extremely excited to catch the T-Rex he wanted. But the hunters were depressed because so many people died, including their good friends. They then herded the T-Rex parents and then used a helicopter to carry the two baby dinosaurs. The baby was flown back to the city first. The adult T-Rex is really too big. It must be transported by ship to the city. Ludlow excitedly held a press conference to say that the new Jurassic Park in the city will soon open. Even when he was talking, the big ship carrying the adult T-Rex docked at the port. Everyone on board saw that a crew member was being bitten by the T-Rex. It turned out that the crew thought the T-Rex was too deeply anesthetized to breathe and reduced the anesthesia. The result was it was strong enough to wake up. The T-Rex rushed out of the boat, roaming towards the city's brilliant lights. It felt much brighter here. It came to a backyard to drink water from the pool. A child woke up at midnight and was scared by the dinosaur. The boy was able to show this scene to his classmates via video call. The mathematician and Sarah ran to the new Jurassic Park in the city to rescue the baby dinosaurs. They wanted to use the child to lure the T-Rex away from the boat, bringing it back to Isla Sorna. But now the T-Rex is raging throughout the city. It caused devastation that no one dared to stop.
It even bit a person. At this time, the mathematician brought the child close. The T-Rex began to chase the child. The mathematician drove the car to the port, then grabbed the child to run towards the ship. In the end, they lured the T-Rex into the ship's cargo hold and ran away. Suddenly, Ludlow also ran over. He ordered a marksman to tranquilize the T-Rex. He did not want to lose the dinosaur he had worked so hard for. It was his opportunity to restore the company to its former glory. But suddenly, the T-Rex ran at him, scaring Ludlow out of his wits. The baby T-Rex rushed to bite Ludlow. At this time, Sarah rushed to grab the tranquilizer gun to shoot the T-Rex before a gunman on the helicopter shot it. The T-Rex fainted. The iron door slowly closed. Eventually, the T-Rex and its baby were taken to Isla Sorna. With no more people coming, dinosaurs on Isla Sorna can live freely. In another incident, a woman was so brave, holding a loudspeaker, shouted to her son. Immediately after that, she realized that it was not good. A bodyguard fled from the forest, calling everyone on the plane to evacuate immediately. He said to leave even if one person was missing. The captain quickly started the aircraft, preparing to take off. They saw a teammate running out in the middle of the road, waving to stop the aircraft. Shortly thereafter, the captain quickly pulled up the plane, but it still got hit by a Spinosaurus's tail. The plane rushed into the jungle. The wing was broken, and they were trapped in a tree. Fortunately, everyone was okay, but the door was stuck. Now they discovered that the aircraft was precariously perched. While everyone was not knowing what to do, the plane suddenly shook, then immediately broke into two halves. Spinosaurus appeared again, biting the captain and pulled him out. He was eaten. Even his satellite phone was eaten by Spinosaurus. The other half of the fuselage became imbalanced, falling hard on the ground. Then a dinosaur claw pressed down. The fuselage started to break. Spinosaurus forced its way straight into the plane. In the panic, they got out of the plane. They thought they had escaped from Spinosaurus's eyes by running deep into the forest. Pushing leaves aside, they saw a T-Rex having lunch there. Unable to think much, they ran back again. They had just run a short distance when the Spinosaurus blocked their path. The T-Rex, the king, rushed to bite the Spinosaurus. They immediately knocked over a tree. Spinosaurus tried to escape, but the T-Rex took the opportunity to bite it. After a struggle, Spinosaurus still won. It relied on thick claws to break the T-Rex's neck. Meanwhile, a boy named Eric had been missing for just a few days after his boat carelessly drifted to the island. His parents, the wealthy Kirby couple, knew of his disappearance and found paleontologist Dr. Grant. They hoped he would be their guide. They wanted to fly over the dinosaur island. Grant knew the danger of the dinosaurs, so he refused. The Kirbys used a large sum of money. Grant reluctantly agreed to undergo this trip. Grant soon understood the so-called guide job was to help them find Eric, who had been missing for 8 weeks. The Kirbys were just a divorced couple. Even the check was fake. Grant was powerless. Grant can only accept reality, start looking for the boy, and save himself. They found the paraglider wreckage. On a camera, they discovered that Eric is still alive. When they were about to examine the paraglider, a skeleton falls. It was Amanda Kirby's husband. Amanda was temporarily unable to accept it. While her boyfriend Paul was comforting her, Amanda discovered that there were some eggs on the ground. Grant had just realized it was evidence of Velociraptor nests. Unexpectedly, they accidentally rushed into the lair of the Velociraptors. Grant urged people to leave quickly from here. They went to an abandoned dinosaur facility, but they did not know that the Velociraptors had been waiting for them for a long time. Many biological samples were displayed in the laboratory. A dinosaur sample attracts the attention of Amanda. She was observing it carefully, exclaiming, "The big eyes of this dinosaur are beautiful." Tears slipped from her eyes. The Velociraptors were chasing after everyone. Everyone was forced into an iron cage. A Velociraptor pushed its way into the iron cage. Fortunately, the door formed a triangle, saving their life. The people inside were at the dinosaur's mercy, climbing for their lives. Grant and Paul pushed the iron door together, taking advantage of a gap in the dinosaur's attack. The Kirby family fled out. Velociraptors chased them. It cried out, alerting the nearby dinosaurs. Everyone ran towards a herd of large dinosaurs. The terrifying raptors fled. While running, Billy carelessly dropped his backpack. Grant came from behind and quickly picked it up. Everyone fled into the deep forest. Paul and Amanda ran quickly and climbed up a tree to hide. Those running slowly would be caught by the dinosaur. The raptors are extremely intelligent. They left Eric on the ground, leaving him screaming miserably. As expected, Amanda decided to save him. Unexpectedly, she slipped down, hanging back on the tree. A raptor that had fled in the darkness suddenly appeared. Fortunately, its leap failed. The dinosaur broke its neck directly. Grant was left alone and became the target of the Velociraptors. He was cornered. Right at a critical moment, a rocket-propelled grenade fell from the sky. The Velociraptors were threatened and ran away. Eric appeared, bringing Grant to his hiding place. It turned out that Eric was the person they were looking for. After one night of rest, the two of them decided to go to the coast to meet with everyone. Halfway there, Eric heard his father's phone ring. He quickly ran over. Paul also heard his son's voice. Finally, the whole family reunited through the iron fence, agitated, hugging each other. But his parents are right next to him without needing the phone. At this time, the bell rang again. Everyone turned to look. The phone bell was ringing in the stomach of the Spinosaurus. They escaped while it was distracted. Just when everyone was breathing in relief, Spinosaurus rushed through the iron fence. Everyone quickly ran to the abandoned base not far away. They shut the door to keep Spinosaurus outside. Grant still did not understand why the Velociraptors were chasing them so persistently. At this time, Billy finally told Grant to open his backpack. They discovered inside the bag were 2 Velociraptor eggs. No wonder the Velociraptors were chasing them. They were accused of stealing their eggs. When Billy was about to throw them away, he was stopped by Grant. The Velociraptors determined they had stolen the eggs. If they throw them away and the dinosaurs come back, how could people survive? After stowing the eggs in clothes, the people continued on the road. They arrived at a bridge near the cliff. The bridge was covered with white bones. Unable to see clearly what was on the other side, they proceeded cautiously to prevent another incident. Only one person could pass at a time. After Amanda carefully passed, Grant looked up, suddenly realized this was an aviary. Before he could remind them, a pteranodon flew out from among the white bones. It waved its giant wings, grabbing the boy and flying away. This pteranodon hadn't been fed for half a year. They have been hungry for a long time. They rushed to try and eat the boy. Billy prepared to risk his life. He jumped off the cliff and parachuted down. The boy quickly took off his clothes to escape. During this endangerment, the boy managed to get free from the pteranodon, then jumped on Billy's back and was saved. The Amanda group was also in danger, surrounded by pteranodons. The pteranodons squeezed against them. They didn't mean to release them. They were forced to retreat the way back. An old iron cage support suddenly broke. Everyone fell into the water together. Pteranodons also quickly dove, but one was hit by the iron cage. On this side, Billy's parachute was also torn by a pteranodon. The boy jumped into the water first. Billy detached the rope and jumped into the water. But unfortunately, he was captured by a pteranodon and thrown back into the water. Grant wanted to save him, but a nearby pteranodon was looking at them like a tiger waiting. Grant just stood there helplessly, looking at Billy being pecked to the point of being carried away. Amanda and Eric escaped from the aviary. Grant and Paul jumped into the water. After swimming out of the iron gate, they finally escaped from this scary aviary. They then discovered a boat preparing to set sail. There is enough gasoline on the boat to follow the river to the coast. At night, a cell phone bell rang again, this time from the coast. The sound emitted from the feces left by the Spinosaurus. They didn't care so much. They found the phone in
the feces. Grant quickly called Ellie. The person who answered the phone was Ellie's son. Before he could finish, the Spinosaurus emerged from the water to attack. The small boat was damaged, the gasoline leaked and started to spread. Fortunately, Ellie heard the phone. She only heard something about dinosaur dung. Then nothing else. But Ellie also had the same experience, and immediately understood the people were trapped near water. At this time, Grant found a signal gun.
He immediately aimed at the Spinosaurus and pulled the trigger. The gasoline ignited. The river immediately caught fire. Spinosaurus was almost burned and hurriedly retreated, disappearing again. They heard the sound of the sea and ran towards it, then were suddenly surrounded by a herd of velociraptors. But they did not intend to harm them. They just wanted to recover their 2 eggs. The velociraptors determined that Amanda had stolen them. The group felt that if they did not return the eggs, they would not survive. So Grant slowly produced 2 eggs. Amanda put 2 eggs in front of the dinosaur. Everyone also reached the beach. Rescue was at hand. The sea and roads were there. At the same time, Billy had also been dropped by the pteranodons and was rescued. The velociraptors in this Jurassic Park series are very smart. They knew that attacking while the enemy was resting would be effective. The T-Rex was a bit weaker. This is the end. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.